Hey y'all, in this video I want to give you 5 tips on how to stay positive during these really hard and challenging times. Tip number 1 is to continue to actively be thankful for all of the resources that you currently have. A few years ago, I started noticing that I was always so thankful for my hands. It was so random. But ever since then, every day, I always say thank you for my hands. And throughout the day, in the middle of me doing something, the thought of thankfulness quickly rushes through my head. I have become unbelievably appreciative for the things that I have or I'm able to do. For you, it may not be hands. Some don't have hands. Maybe it's the wheelchair that you're able to sit on, or the hair care products in your shower to clean your hair. Maybe it's the blanket over your bed to keep you warm at night. Whatever it is, find something, anything, and say out loudly, I am so grateful for blank. The second tip is to keep a schedule. I'm sure we've all experienced the haziness of the blending of days and how laziness can easily take the top priority spot in our daily activities. This can apply to anyone, but especially to those who have lost their jobs or no longer have to physically show up to classes. Now, while it may be nice to relax, it's also time to keep focus. I'm the type of person who likes to write everything down. And to keep me in check, I write my goals down the day before I need to do them. For example, I want to wake up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to do some yoga and meditation. Not only is this written down, but I also have an alarm clock set up just for it. Check things off as you go, and you'll feel accomplished. The third tip to help you stay positive is to find things to do. Well, you're probably wondering, what the heck am I supposed to add to this schedule of mine? Good question. You need to find purposeful and meaningful tasks that occupy your time. What is something you've always wanted to do or try but never made time for? Could it be trying a new hairstyle? Maybe learning a recipe? Or how about practicing that guitar that's been sitting in the corner of your room collecting dust? What is it? Write them down. Now is the best time to learn. We're in an era where there's an abundance of free information just at your fingertips. So my advice is to take advantage. Of all of the topics, this may be the most challenging because it requires self-motivation, and unfortunately, there just aren't any classes on this topic. But one way to start is by grabbing a pen and a paper and writing the things down that inspire you the most. This method is important to cognitive development, which supports memory function. If it's imprinted in your memory, maybe you'll be more willing to do it. The fourth tip I want to give you is to develop your relationships. There are many studies that show we as humans need relations with one another, not only to survive, but to thrive. As newborns, we wouldn't have been able to survive on our own. And as we grow, these relationships expand to siblings, uncles, friends, grandparents, and even partners. Relationships are a natural part of life. These confusing and hard times has so many of us stuck inside of our homes, and as a result, we're more alone. And it's also easy to let laziness infiltrate our mindset and lose connection to those who are close to us. This can all be avoided with one step. Take the initiative. Write an email to that friend you made a few summers ago. or offer to solve an issue with a brother or best friend? How about say I'm sorry? Just take the initiative to keep in touch with whomever is important to you. Ask yourself, why are these people important to me in my life? Let this be self-motivation to take the first step. The fifth and final tip I want to offer is to prioritize self-care. We all need to take care of our physical and mental self. I still pamper myself with a good skincare routine, invest in a healthy, balanced diet, and I make sure to make time for my hair care routine. I also love meditating to practice quieting my mind. I've also started checking in and acknowledging my mental state so that I can have perspective on what is actively going on in my mind on a daily basis. Ask yourself, what is self-care to me? Is it doing consistent deep condition routines? Talking to your therapist? Getting into shape? Or how about just getting dressed up and making that martini? Acknowledge them and pamper yourself with self-care. I promise it'll only encourage positive energy. Thank you all for watching, and I really hope that you take something from this.